just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Let's go. Here's a 6-year man, Austin Ekeler. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2 yards, good enough for a first. The Chargers at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. A very curious decision. Bring that one out. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Etienne up the middle. swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 2nd and 15 now. Lawrence. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number? Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. He'll get it inside the 20, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the foot.
And this time he is in. Austin Eckler with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. They get 7 there on the screen. That'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation. But instead, they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Lawrence. Etienne bringing in another one. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, and again to Etienne. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run with Etienne. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good.
And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 39 yards there, a big one.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger 1st. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought.
Touchdown! Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Lawrence will throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Jones now in motion left. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw, Lawrence. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
On the return, the Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. A little juke and some space here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Herbert on first down now. Flushed out right. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's his 2nd and 10. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. Herbert back to the air. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Dancing to his left. And out of bounds right around the 20. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Eckler, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, what a play there by the 1st-round pick.
And, Brandon, that's why you invest in a linebacker like this, not just his ability to make plays, but to make plays that get your defense off the field.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a... Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. K'Lavon Chaisson, the former 1st-rounder, in there to get the sack. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the 1st half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Chargers. Paris Campbell, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The offense on third down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. They'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 47 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Lawrence. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Threw an opening, and there he goes. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On third down, Lawrence. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. A final shot now for Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of the first down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Chargers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
Consistent, made up my mind that no matter what I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot.
My time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get the chance to take it. We bout to build it. And do it and make it. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This here rhyme too nice. It's my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody.